What a dismal day. Last time I saw rain this thick, it thought you needed concrete to make a bouncy castle.
Remember last year when it flooded at Bridget Horn, and when it cleared we found a family of swans in the bay platform?
Oh yeah, remember that. I grew quite attached to them, I did. It was emotional when we had to let them go. How fast time flies, eh? Water story.
Water story? Oh dear.
As you will all be aware by now, there will be no further services today due to the embankment collapse. It is extremely likely that these thunderstorms have been the cause of it.
So it wasn't Jimmy Durante. And we cannot operate beyond the mine station, is that it?
We will still be running services, but only as far as there. Barry and Bunker, we will both be working top and tail services. I just hope that we can get all this sorted before Christmas season starts. Lots of work to do now, I suppose.
Take care, Mr. Cardio. So, we're trapped here. Boston, this is our home. We're hardly trapped. We spend most of our time here conversing anyway. Well, between the 3 stations we have to work between anyway. I shall be contacting my lawyer. I'll be suing the embankment for holding us hostage. You with a lawyer? They'd be a liar to represent you.
If they ran into legal trouble, could an engine get a lawyer?
Otto probably has a couple hundred. Who knows when it comes to us engines? We could probably breathe on the moon. There's an idea. What if British Railways just sent all the engines they didn't want anymore to the moon? Well, it might be down to one factor, Boston. When it's night and people want to look at the moon, it looks like someone spray painted it in BR black. BR green too.
I just wonder how you'd get away with spray painting the moon in the first place.
I'll take as inconspicuously as possible for 300.
How do you inconspicuously spray paint the moon?
Well, it's simple really. What you do is, you build one of those robots that mow rugby fields, supply it with so many cans of paint that everyone who ran a hobby shop in the country can travel by train to Dawlish thrice a year for the next 3 decades, and... oh, that's not inconspicuous, is it? Oi, careful!
I've had many funny passengers in my time, Barry, but none of them come close to that bus. You know, the one that broke down a few weeks ago? He asked if this was a toupee or a hat. It can be a bit of a handful at the best of times.
He and Boston should start a cult. Throw Otto in there too while you're at it. Leave Otto out of all the things I do, thank you. What are you doing today, Boston? I've been tasked with helping the gang repair the drainage system. It'll be a very draining experience. Sorry, I've done it again. Do you think the person that decided on the name Chocolate and Cream was hungry at the time? So you mean to tell me that the Great Western's carriage livery was decided by someone who was feeling gluttonous? Well, I've heard unlikelier stories.
Very good, Barry. Now we just need a brake van, right?
We're going back to back. Why would we need a brake van?
Every goods train has a brake van.
Well, this one won't.
But we must have a brake van, surely.
Why would we need a brake van? We're top and tailing.
Oh, it's the regulations, Barry.
Can I have an informed opinion, please? Bunker thinks we should have a brake van on the back of the train, but because it's top and tailed, I think we should leave it. Yes, Bunker, that would be correct. Fine, I know when I'm beaten.
Pulling a goods train without a brake van. Honestly, Barry, why would you ever think that? How long have you pulled goods trains for?
The point of a brake van is to protect the goods train if it runs away. Why would we need a brake van if we have two engines either end? It's like having a barometer in the North Pole.
So where would the guard go then?
There are multiple places the guard could go. Inside your cabs, inside the trucks, inside the vans, dangling from the footplate. Need I go on? How much closer to completion, Boston? We need some supplies from the main line and then it should be mended in the next week or so. I'd better get some form of reward for this. They've been dragging me out of the shed at 6 o'clock every morning, you know. If these people can carry a steam engine, why are they working for the PWD? They can lift a big boy with one hand tied behind their back. Well, a day off or two wouldn't go amiss anyway. Point is, you are not the only ones finding it difficult lately. I'm fairly certain you just sit around 90% of the time. I am insulted. You never see what goes into shunting wagons up and down, waiting for supplies from Marston Road. Bunker, my suggestion is you try and think of a counter-worry. Something else to bear on your mind. It's what I've been doing. Consider the following. Has it ever occurred to you that time only exists in the form of clocks? That's not a counter-worry, Boston. That's an existential crisis. Hang on, who are you? Good morning. Oh, Bunker. I don't wish to alarm you, but where's your hat?
My hat. Gordon Bennett! No, not there. Is that a snowplow?
It's not in the storage cupboards. I have no idea where it could be, Bunker. I'll ask if they can search in the trucks, but aside from that, I'm not sure.
I mean, I just don't know how it could have gone missing.
The wind?
The wind. The wind.
That sounded more intimidating than it had any right to be. I can barely see above this shrubbery. I don't like your peaches, they are full of stones. I like bananas because they have no bones.
Hello there. Boston, is it? I bought the last of the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Sorry, what's your name?
Mr. Marshall. Head of a tribe of Gronk diesel engines. I work for the Turn Every Vegetable Vegetarian Oil Company in Birmingham.
Wait a minute. What was the name of the company again?
The name of the company? The Great Fireballs of Swindon. You just killed my antique company, you mean?
What?
The Rub Sun Cream on Stania's back as a favour company, sir.
Stop. Right there. You work for three inappropriately sounding oil companies, do you?
No, Boston, just the Suduel Company.
Suduel? I've been played like a snooker table, haven't I? So what do you like at parties then, Mr. Marshall?
You didn't steal my hat, did you, Barry?
Take your hat? What would I want with your hat?
You seemed like you were very annoyed with me. And then being a couple behind me, I've bumped you around.
I wasn't annoyed with you, I was annoyed with the rules, Bunker. Why would you assume I'd be so petty? That is unlike you, I must admit.
I rarely accuse anyone of things without evidence, but I think it's fairly conclusive you took it out of spite.
Out of spite? What coal have you been stoking for the last time I didn't take your silly hat? Don't you think I'd be wearing it if I did?
It'd be obvious.
Baxter? Baxter!
I'm sorry, but I think your friend needs a paramedic.
Barry is currently giving me the silent treatment, Boston.
The silent treatment? Ah, so you're making a film called The Silent, are you, Barry? You kept your brakes on so the train would deliberately divide. I'm not stupid, I know what you did. How could you, Bunker?
How was I supposed to know the coaches would split? And you heard what Mr. Cardio said. It was just wheel slip. The rails were wet.
From a technical standpoint, but it's very convenient that... Shush, you two, honestly. Right, supervisor, you know what to do.
I don't Adam and Eve it!
I don't Garden of Eden it either, Bunker. Crikey, SV, where'd you find that? For once in your pathetic life. Alright, I'll just admit. I got supervisor to steal your hat yesterday while you were sleeping.
Thank you for... You did what?
I wanted to give you a counter-worry like I said the other day. I'm sorry I went too far, and I'm sorry I hurt you.
How could you, Boston?
Me and Bunker would never have argued if you'd have just... You already were, and the accident could have happened regardless, right? I had good intentions. I never do things without good intentions. As they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Road to hell? Good grief, all I did was steal a hat. If it's any consolation, that Mr. Marshall fella has brought the last stuff we've needed to complete the embankment by the scheduled date. Tomorrow. I'm going to test it out for them. So, you know what that means? No more top and tailing. It's going to be a huge event. Well, for shareholders and VIPs only. Mr. Undergrundy the Mayor got an invite. Mr. Strava got an invite, but you just told them to kiss the horses. Finally. Now we won't be arguing over brake vans and other trivial fluff. I wouldn't worry about doing that. I prefer the 10 tons, Joanna prefers the toads. Doesn't mean we fight over everything. I've seen used car salesmen that feel warmer than him. the only reason I came. Bunker, I'm sorry I've been at your throat lately. And I know you never meant to split the train, I was just annoyed.
I'm sorry too. It wasn't like me to accuse you like that. Are we still good?
Ah, it's water under the... Ugh. I'm turning into Boston. Don't worry, I know how to get him back.
I was wondering when he was going to show his face.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to congratulate our exceptional permanent way department for a very swift repair. They are a very dedicated group, so I propose a toast to them and the brilliant staff of British Rails for organising the repairs and services elsewhere.
Propose a toast? I'm telling Mrs. Cardio!
Boston, I know you've been waiting for this moment, and I hope it's been worth the wait. Will you do the honours?
You're about to witness history, ladies and gentlemen.
Jolly good, jolly good.
Halt! It hasn't collapsed again, has it? Just joking.
Good one, Barry.
Put his foot in that one, didn't he?
He hasn't got a foot to put anything in.